All right, this is a set of 4 papers that came in. It looks like it's pages 1, 2, 3, and then there's one separately. I think it has something to do with his constitutional ranger status, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll just read it, and this came from Edward Brown in Cumberland Prison. His release date is 2045. Been in prison 9 years already. Here we go. Administrative and public notice. Know by all men these presents. This notice is to inform you of the existence, authority, and purpose of the United States Constitution Rangers, hereafter Rangers. The founders of our states, commonwealths, republic, and freeholds, and the authors of our state and federal constitutions, hereafter constitutions, wrote that all rights are unalienable and came from our Creator, God, to each of God's children, we the sovereign citizens. The unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America, hereafter the Declaration of Independence, or Declaration, clearly states the following concepts. People create governments. Since the created owe their existence to the Creator, governments must be accountable to and serve at the pleasure of the sovereign citizens. Should governments become tyrannical, should they unduly burden and enslave, the Declaration clearly explains that it is the duty of the citizens to see that such government is altered or abolished. The Declaration states that this is not just an option, but that it is a prerogative. It is a prerogative and solemn duty of the sovereign citizen. In delivering the lead opinion of the Supreme Court in Yick Wo v. Hopkins, 118 U.S. 356 370, 1886, Justice Matthews wrote, "Sovereignty itself is, of course, not subject to law, for it is the author and the source of law. But in our system, while sovereign powers are delegated to the agencies of government, sovereignty itself remains with the people, by whom and for whom all government exists and acts. We the people are the sovereigns, and we receive our rights from God, the Creator, and then we created constitutions to form our limited governments. With that same authority and responsibility from our Creator, we the sovereigns have created the United States Constitution Rangers to watch over our creations, governments. The Rangers protect and defend the Constitution Republic for the United States of America, hereafter Republic, and ensure the government servants comply with the Constitution for the United States of America, hereafter the Constitution. The highest law of the land, Article 6, Section 2, Sovereign Citizen Law, Lawrence Robertson, reorganized the Rangers to defend the Republic and citizens of the United States of America, hereafter citizens. With the aid of Congressman Eldon Rudd, the charter of the Rangers was recorded in the Library of Congress in 1980, copyright registration TXU 42-453, establishing the Rangers as an organization created by sovereigns to police the offices of public trust. Rangers are sworn to protect and serve the constitutional republics of the several states and the constitutional republic of the United States of America and citizens thereof. The jurisdiction of the Rangers includes all 50 states of the Union. Rangers pledge to defend our republican form of government provided by the Constitution and to protect the rights of the citizens as granted by God the Creator and as enumerated in the original Bill of Rights. When called upon by the citizens, the Rangers aid in the defense of their rights as officers of peace. Isaiah 60:17. The purpose of the Rangers is to remind all citizens that the Constitution of the United States of America is the supreme law of the land, and to investigate and expose that which is repugnant to our constitutions. Rangers promote the original meaning and intent of the original Bill of Rights and work to restore public awareness that the constitutions limit the size, power, and scope of governments. Rangers seek to hold government servants accountable to their oaths of office. The Ranger's office is an office of honor, with the inherent power and authority of policing the created governments, and must be respected as a legitimate and lawful investigatory body. Rangers are not law enforcement agents per se. When corruption is found, when an unalienable constitutional right is violated, or when an oath of office is ignored or violated, the Rangers will inform the public and other bodies, including but not limited to district attorneys, U.S. attorneys, sheriffs, and other government servants responsible for investigating and or correcting such matters. If these agencies fail to act swiftly and appropriately, or are themselves in violation of their prescribed charter, the Rangers will act within our powers to lawfully correct the problem. Our governments only exist to serve its creator, the people, not to prey upon its creator or to serve themselves. Government servants must act lawfully. They may not unduly enrich themselves or their offices to the detriment of citizens. They may not unlawfully act to expand the powers of their administrative, executive, legislative, or judicial roles. Since unlawful acts by government servants are rampant, the Rangers are needed now more than ever to expose threats to life, liberty, and property. The God-given unalienable rights of life, liberty, and property are the birthright and inheritance of citizens from our Creator and are guaranteed to citizens by our constitutions. These rights precede and are superior to government. These rights are not subservient to any actions by any government agent, servant, or functionary. These concepts are all clearly defined in law and supported by Supreme Court rulings too numerous to mention here. Page 3. The Rangers are not supported by any government budget, and this allows complete independence from financial conflicts of interest and corruption. Reported violations will be investigated with the highest standards of fairness, impartiality, credibility, and integrity. Every Ranger has been commissioned by the Rangers and taken an oath to uphold and defend the Constitution from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Rangers may be recognized by their uniforms, badges, and/or identification cards, all of which bear the logo and name of the United States Constitution Rangers. This 3-page document satisfies our legal requirement to notify you, our servants. It is necessary that you inform us in writing if you have any questions or concerns relating to this administrative and public notice. If we do not receive a written response from you within 30 days, we shall presume your recognition and acceptance of this notice and dissemination of its contents to your subordinates and any other interested parties over which you may have influence. We recommended that this notice be posted on bulletin boards and wherever your policy requires. The Rangers welcome the opportunity to speak with public and government agencies for training purposes. Questions or concerns regarding the United States Constitution Rangers and/or this notice should be directed to United States Constitution Rangers, 27 Glen Road, West Lebanon, New Hampshire 03784, telephone 1-800-254-9581, email us_commander@uscrangers.org. Then there's a place for a state commander. Then off to the right is a LS, which is a national commander, Edward Lewis Brown, signed. Looks like it's signed 2000-2, whatever that means. So, having said that, it'd be interesting to call that number and see if anybody is answering that number nowadays. I don't know. There's another page that was sent in from the United States Constitution Rangers Handbook, page 1. At the top it says, Commander's Address, Ranger. With the best intentions of heart, mind, spirit, and honor, we present to you the United States Constitution Rangers. The United States Constitution Rangers is a chartered organization of peace officers defending the Constitution and the people of the United States Republic with a history back to the country's formation. A new charter was accepted by Congress in 1980, reestablishing the USC Ranger Charter registration number TXU 42-453 with charter number 37817. Growing numbers of Americans, having lost their confidence and faith in the administrators within our government, have decided to prepare to protect the United States of America from any conflict against any and all enemies, both foreign and domestic. This organization, therefore, among other efforts, shall investigate citizen complaints regarding constitutional violations by public officials and administrative agencies and make recommendations and reports to Congress, district attorneys, and other interested parties, along with taking any and all lawful actions available to it. The USC Rangers, as should all good Americans and God-loving people everywhere, stand on the center of all things and keep a check and balance on the extremes. We have no known enemies, and will take no sides, save one exception. We will protect and defend the Constitution republics. The next word, for the United States of America against all her enemies and the people thereof, under God. We will abide by the original organic Constitution and Bill of Rights contracts of the several states and the United States of America, all republics under one God. We will ignore, as law dictates, any laws or orders that violate these constitutions and their corresponding Bill of Rights, including any revised laws, statutes, treaties, regulations, etc., that violate supreme laws of the land. We will, in good faith and brotherly love, notify anyone that violates the lawful supreme laws of the states and nation, and give them the opportunity to correct the errors in a timely manner. If they do not, they will be charged accordingly at law and under the lawful law of the land. All Rangers are living souls and should learn and understand the difference between themselves and others designated as persons. You are the created of the one God, creator of all, not the creatures of the state or of statute. All United States Constitution Rangers will endeavor to be proficient in their understanding of the Constitution of the United States of America, its Bill of Rights, along with the Constitution for the state of which one inhabits. Rangers will educate others whenever possible to the best of their ability. All United States Constitution Rangers will always appear in public in a clean, neat, and appropriate manner. Rangers will be polite and respectful to all parties in every situation. Rangers shall keep the peace and aid and work with any lawful law enforcement officers, county sheriffs, police, or peace officers whenever possible or needing assistance. Thank you and welcome aboard. Edward Lewis Brown, Commander, United States Constitution Rangers. There you go. This is the administrative and public notice of the United States Constitution Rangers. That's from Ed Brown. Has already spent 9 years in prison. He has 29 years to go.